Welcome. Today we're breaking down the massive new US-Ukraine mining agreement. So what's really in it?
Okay, so back in late 2024, Ukraine was in a tough spot. They needed U.S. support to stay in the fight. President Zelensky's idea, an economic partnership. But the final deal, well, it got complicated.
So let's look at how we got here. You can see this deal was really born out of desperation.
But those first talks, yeah, they completely hit a wall. A total fiasco, really.
So, the U.S. wanted its money back and ownership of the mines. Kyiv's response? Absolutely not.
Zelensky reportedly said, "I cannot sell my country." That really shows you the pressure he was under.
But they kept negotiating, and on April 30th, they signed. So what's actually in the deal?
At the heart of it is this new investment fund. It's supposed to be jointly managed, you know?
On paper, everything looks great. A perfect 50-50 split on control and profits. But
this is where things get really interesting. It's all about how the fund is actually paid for.
See, U.S. aid is now an investment, and to keep things 50-50, Ukraine has to match it by going into debt.
So you see the problem here, right? Ukraine owns the land, but the U.S. controls the money.
And the deal gives U.S. companies some major perks. They basically get first dibs on everything.
Okay, so when you add it all up, who really won here? Let's check the scorecard.
To be fair, the U.S. did back down from its toughest demands, like getting all that past aid repaid.
For Ukraine, it was a huge trade-off. They got a powerful partner, but lost real control over their own resources.
And that brings us to this number, 0. What did Ukraine get 0 of?
Security guarantees, the one thing Kyiv wanted most from the start, it wasn't in the final deal.
So from the U.S. perspective, this was a massive win. They got control, profits, and leverage over Russia.
And Kyiv is now locked into this deal with no end date, which leaves us with one big question.